Hi and welcome to the Science Fantasy Experience and to my top toys of 2020. So these aren't toys that necessarily were released in 2020. They are toys that are both modern, vintage, pickups, pre-orders and gifts. So I've chosen 5. Not necessarily a top 5, I've slightly changed it up from what I did last year. Whereas I think I only did a top 5 action figures last year, being that last year was pretty much the year of the action figure for me. This time we have got a top 3, an honourable mention, and my new addition to the way of doing it is the Wildcard. So the Wildcard is going to be one that just kind of didn't make it into the top 3, but still blew me away and had to feature in a video at some point when it comes to a top whatever list. And to slightly kind of make these top 5, 10, 12s, 20s a bit more interesting to what I previously do. So first up we have the honourable mention. And the honourable mention goes to G1 Snarl. What a revelation the G1 Dinobots are to me. I never had them as a kid. Desperately wanted them. Saw them on the toy shelves, but never actually got one. Always saw junkers around, but finally actually got one this year. And it gets the honourable mention because this was the toy that I found when taking part in the Bots at Home G1 eBay challenge. Bots at Home was a very important part of the year, and when we decided to come up with the challenge of picking up G1 toy from the price point of $2.99 to $29.99, just like back in the day, I think I pretty much had a clear idea of what I wanted to pick up. I just didn't know whether I'd get one within that price range. But here he is in all his golden glory. Heavy as hell. Beautifully big, playable, no loose parts. Nicely stickered up. Not bad for a KO, right? The honourable mention goes to G1 Snarl. The Wildcard. What could this be? Fortnite's Dire. Yep. It was always going to be this toy for sure as the Wildcard. 22 points of articulation, beautiful moulding, a post-apocalyptic werewolf. What is not to like? The only reason it doesn't make it into the top 3 is the fact that I have no emotional connection to Fortnite at all. 0. But it is a ridiculously good action figure. The detail across the whole figure is sublime. There is ridges, muscles, torn clothing, bandanas, mohawks, beautiful tasseled weapons, and it's just quite a unique thing to have in the collection. Irregardless of never playing Fortnite, I saw it and was in love with it from just the pictures, and I was just desperate to own one. I just think it's absolutely incredible and such a fun thing to have. The Wildcard, Fortnite's Dire. Well, we are now into the top 3, and I thought long and hard about these 3 choices because they all do mean varying emotional things to me. So at number 3, we have San Diego Comic-Con 2020 VHS edition Tron from Diamond Select Toys. And oh my god, this thing is incredible. It's big, it's posable, it has incredible accessories, all that translucent plastic, and it is activated under UV light. Tron, for me, is one of my all-time favourite movies, and to have a representation of that now as an adult collector, incredible. You know, I never had the toys as a kid. I didn't even know there were toys until I was a toy collector later on in my life, in my 20s, that I knew that they were toys. But to have a 7-inch figure of Tron that looks like the video cassette, it's, as I said, it's absolutely outstanding. It's been a joy to own for the last couple of months, posing, trying out different ways to display him, displaying him against other figures of varying sizes, because he is 7 inches, and it gives real heft and definition to the shelf wherever he gets placed. So number 3, San Diego Comic-Con 2020 VHS edition Tron. Number 2. Well, this was the most unexpected toy to receive in 2020. It was a gift. It was a gift through the first lockdown, which was massively unexpected. You know, it's just, this year has been a tough year. COVID-19 has absolutely ravaged the world and continues to do so. But to receive a toy through lockdown from my good friend Rich, aka Zort Rider, it was just a wonderfully generous thing to do, and it helped through those harder times. And as I said, unexpected, because I never thought I would ever own a Rocketeer. Again, one of my all-time favourite movies, and to have a toy representation, again another toy representation of a film I love. It's my bag, it's my thing. Diamond Select, again, so we're talking 7 inches, but it's beautiful. It's so well sculpted. The colours are beautiful. It's that mixture of shiny and matte. It looks like real leather and brass. There is tiny little added bits and pieces, the chewing gum that covers the bullet hole, and then the stand is what makes it absolutely pop and come to life. This is a really heavy, thick acrylic, translucent, with some beautiful dry brushing. It's a real pride of the collection, and you know, it's one of my favourite things to have received this year. There was a couple of gifts throughout the year, but nothing comes close to how good this is. It's a real emotional connection to the toy and to a friendship, and obviously an awesome display piece. Number 2, Diamond Select's The Rocketeer. In at number 1 then, we have, in at number 1, we have Bebop and Rocksteady from NECA. Oh my god, oh yeah, just hit the fan. These are ridiculous. They are so good, it's untrue. They're heavy, they look like they do on the screen, full of accessories, full of moving parts. Their mouths move, they're beautifully detailed and sculpted, and they just had to take the top spot. Teenage Mutant Ninja / Hero Turtles, one of my all-time favourite shows from the late 80s, early 90s. But why these take the top spot is because they changed my mind about the characters. I did not like Bebop and Rocksteady at all when I was a kid. I thought they were the dumbest guys ever. And I never had the toys. I didn't want them. I didn't try to get them as a kid. Whenever I went to the toy stores, I would look at them and just think, no, I don't want them. You know, I'd rather pick up other turtle figures, other mutants. Never these guys. But now, with such a faithful representation and so beautifully made, you know, I often say I can't fault NECA at all. When they go in, they go all in. They've been so much fun, like most of the toys on their list, but these have just, I think they've been the most fun of all. Switching around their different rifles and handguns and little communicators with Shredder's face, you know, getting the more hunched look, opening their mouths, playing around with them, just the fun little bits you can do. They truly are the best toys, or toy. You know, they're a duo, they're a double pack, they're partners in crime, they count as one. So much fun, so well made. Number 1 then, NECA's Bebop and Rocksteady. And those were my top toys of 2020. All of these toys have got videos in some form across my channel, whether it's through the Science Fantasy Experience or Figure Force. You'll actually find G1 Snarl on Fingers on Plastic's channel. That was where we showed the G1 eBay challenge. I'll drop a link in the description box with the timestamp for my part. But give it a watch anyway, because it was just an hour of pure, unadulterated G1 goodness. I love this part of the year. I love sitting back and watching everyone's top 5s, 10s, 12s, 20s. It's always so personal. You always get to see that connection to what toys mean to people, and one person might pick one toy that you think is absolutely terrible and you cannot justify it, or you can think, wow, that's a cool toy, where can I get one? Some other toys didn't make it into the top 3. There was other pickups of the year, but when I do my 2020 year in review, I'll discuss those further. Let me know in the comment section what your top 3 would be, and what especially your wild card would be. That's something that I'm really interested in hearing this year, being that it's a new addition to what I did with my format. Take care, especially at this moment in time with COVID-19. Stay home, stay safe, stay strong. Thanks for watching.